Ben Botkin Salem Statesman Journal published 6:48 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time August 23, 2019. The Oregon Senate leadership is dropping its effort to collect $3,500 in fines from each of the Republican senators who participated in a walkout last session, refusing for more than a week to show up. It's a move Democrats are making so they can pivot and, instead, ask voters to change quorum rules so the legislature can be in session with a simple majority of lawmakers. The change, which would require voter approval of a constitutional amendment, is aimed at preventing future walkouts in which a minority party can stall the legislature by denying a quorum. Current rules require a two-thirds majority, or 20 senators of the 30-member upper chamber to conduct business. That's how 11 Republican senators were able to wage a successful walkout that helped kill a carbon emissions cap and trade bill backed by Democratic lawmakers and Gov. Kate Brown, not sending invoices for the fines which were levied by the majority Democrats at the end of the 2019 session, also avoids tying up the issue in courts or costly litigation. Chapter 11, NORPAC files for bankruptcy, reaches sales deal with Oregon Potato Co. Senate Majority Leader Ginny Burdick, D. Portland, said Friday she will introduce a constitutional amendment in the 2020 legislative session that would create a quorum requirement for the House and Senate that only needs a simple majority to conduct business. Stopping the work of the people by denying a quorum is unconscionable and undemocratic, Burdick said in a statement. Senate Democrats will work to protect Oregon's democracy by giving Oregonians and their representatives more tools to stop any future quorum denials. What's new? As the 154th Oregon State Fair opens in Salem, Burdick added, I hope our Republican colleagues now see that this is not a tactic that should ever be used again, and that they will work with us to prevent either party from walking off the job. The legislature would have to refer a constitutional amendment to voters. Democrats hope to have it on the November 2020 general election ballot. Senate Republican leader Herman Bertschiger Jr., R. Grants Pass, said the Democrats' decision to not collect fines made sense. I think that was the right thing to do, given the fact that they had no legal grounds to fine us to begin with, he told the Statesman Journal. However, he said the proposal to change quorum rules is a political move by Democrats to stifle Republicans in the legislature. I think it's just another play by the Democrats to not have to work with a minority and keep them out of the conversation, he said. In a statement, Senate President Peter Courtney, D. Salem, said he hopes that future walkouts can be prevented. Walkouts are a measure that should never be used, Courtney said. It deeply saddens me that we cannot have debates without resorting to such extremes. The walkout also sparked litigation that will continue, despite the Democratic decision to not seek fines. Sen. Brian Bockwist, R. Dallas, filed a lawsuit in July against Courtney saying his rights were violated after the Senate Committee on Conduct decided to require a 12-hour advance notice from him before he sets foot in the Oregon Capitol. That requirement stemmed from comments Bockwist made hours before Republican senators walked out in protest of the greenhouse gas cap and trade legislation. He said, "We're at the 11th hour. If you don't think these boots are for walking, you're flat wrong, Mr. President. And if you send the state police to get me, hell is coming to visit you personally." After that, during an interview with Portland television station KGW, Bockwist said Oregon State police officers, if they tried to bring him back to the Capitol, should send bachelors and come heavily armed. Bockwist said Friday the lawsuit will continue against them, which concerns the due process he's faced. I and my fellow senators were harmed publicly, Bockwist said in an email to the Statesman Journal. The continuing retribution is obvious to any reasonable person. I am not seeking anything but a ruling by a judge as to the legality of the fines, etc., without due process. He had offered to pay the fine and submitted a check, he said, which provides standing in court. However, the check hasn't been processed or cashed in. Won't be deposited, according to Courtney's staff. As for the amendment proposal, Bockwist said, Oregon is a one-party state so maybe they can get it on the ballot. Bully for them. Ben Botkin covers Oregon state government. To support his work, subscribe to the Statesman Journal. You can reach him at bbotkin at statesmanjournal.com, 503-399-6687 or follow him on Twitter at benbotkin1. Let's block ads. Why?